You're disobeying orders. You were told to leave the money and go.
I haven't got the money.
I didn't come here to listen to excuses, Mrs. Trenton. 5,000's the figure. Now I want it.
Look, don't you understand? I don't have any more money. I just can't raise any more.
You know the alternative.
Oh, I wish I had the courage to kill you. You're filth. You make me sick to my stomach. One day, I swear this, I'm going to find out who you are. How much will they fetch?
Quite a bit. But you're not serious. You don't want to settle these.
I'm perfectly serious. Will you buy them?
Why, Louisa?
I just happen to want some money, that's all. I've been a little extravagant of late. Clothes, holidays. You know, I've always been rather reckless with my spending, and now I've come across some debts that I can't meet.
Did you tell your husband about this?
No. No, I didn't want to trouble him with it.
Tell me the truth.
I am telling you the truth.
Look, honey, I've known you for a long time. You were always a bad liar.
I am not lying.
Come on now. Max is a big wheel in the diplomatic corps. He's loaded. He's crazy about you. You smile and he'll give you anything you want.
Well, Max is out of the country at the moment. As a matter of fact, he is most of the time, but anyway, I don't want to trouble him with a trifle like this.
A trifle? How long have these been in your family? 150, 200, 300 years? I remember I asked you to sell them to me once. Then you said you'd rather part with your right arm. Now, that must be some trifle to make you change your mind.
There are at least a dozen dealers in London who would buy these without asking all those questions.
Louisa.
Let go of me.
Look, I'd like to help you if I can.
I don't need your help.
And I don't need a crystal ball. You're in some kind of trouble. Now, look, maybe there's nothing I can do, but at least you can try me.
You want to help me? All right. Just give me a check for these and then forget about it. I'm sorry, John. I know you mean well, but I'll be all right. Really, I will.
She's very beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Must have known her pretty well.
We had something going for us one time.
At one time. John, this receipt's dated today. You paid her far too much for these miniatures, you know that.
That's the privilege of an old friend, David. And another one is to poke your nose in where you're not really wanted. Grab your coat. We're going for a drive.
Hello? Yes, I've got it. Where? All right, then, in an hour. Yes, of course I know. I've been through it enough times, haven't I?
Louisa,
Can't you knock before coming into a room?
I'm sorry. I just didn't think.
Surely one is entitled to a little privacy in one's own home. Oh, Jane, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap. It's just that... Oh, never mind.
What is it?
Nothing at all.
There is something. You've been so tense lately.
Jane, please don't start asking a lot of questions.
I thought we might go to a film.
I already have a date.
Who with?
A friend.
Do I know him?
Can't you stop cross-questioning me?
Look, I'm your sister. I ask you who you're going out with. That's not cross-questioning.
Well, let's just say that I'm going out somewhere and leave it at that, shall we?
Can't I help?
No! Just stop prying into my affairs.
You don't have to scream.
Look, I've got myself into a mess. I'm going to get myself out of it. And I don't want you or anybody else interfering. Now, do you understand? Just mind your own business and leave me alone.
That's got to be a woman driver.
That was Louisa's car.
Well, then there's not much point in going out to her house.
No, we'll go. She has a sister who lives with her. Maybe she can tell us what's bothering her.
Whatever it is, it won't bother her much longer if she keeps driving like that.
Peter? Peter?
Louisa.
Peter. Oh, Peter.
What's the matter? Have you heard from him again?
Yes,
How much this time?
5,000.
Have you got it?
Peter, I can't go on like this anymore. You've got to help me, please.
I don't see how I can. I haven't got any money.
No, it isn't that. It's just that, well, couldn't you come with me? Help me find out who he is.
Louisa, you know that's dangerous. If he thought for one moment you were trying to double-cross him, he'd ruin you.
I just don't care anymore.
But I do care. I care very much what happens to you. I don't like seeing you hurt this way, but believe me, however bad it is, it's much better than the alternative.
I just can't think straight anymore. I don't know what to do.
For the moment, there's nothing you can do. Look, in a little while, we'll start to make our plans. We'll go away somewhere where they can't touch you.
Do you really mean that?
Of course I do. I want us to be together more than anything else in the world.
Well, that really is very romantic. You already have a date, Peter. Remember? Me.
Get out of here.
Darling, you look so exciting when you're angry.
Jane, what's the matter with Louisa?
Has she talked to you?
Yes, but not about what's bothering her. It's obvious she's got some kind of a problem. When she came into the shop today, she was like somebody I'd never seen before. You couldn't get near her.
It's been the same for me. Every time I try to say something, I get my head snapped off.
Look, let's try to figure this thing out. When did it start? What sort of crowd has she been moving around with?
Hello, Louisa. Nice to see you.
Nigel. Good evening, Mrs. Trenton. How are you?
Are you alone, or will you be joining somebody?
No, I'm alone.
Well, in that case, Louisa, come and have a drink with me on the hush.
No, thank you.
Louisa, how are you?
Good evening, Mrs. Trenton. The usual.
What? Oh, yes, thank you. What time is it, please?
Just off 10. Thank you. Oh, Mrs. Trenton, your change.
The pictures will be ready in half an hour.
Jane, I think it'd be better if you didn't mention we were out here tonight.
All right.
I'll come back in the morning and see if I can't get some sense out of her. Excuse me a minute. John Mannering.
I need your help. I'll be here until 10 o'clock.
Where are you?
At the discotheque.
Right. I'll find it. I'll get there as fast as I can. She's in trouble. What? Jump in, David.
Can I be of any help, Louisa?
No. No, nothing.
Didn't she give you any idea of what was wrong?
No, only that time was running out fast. Park it somewhere, David.
I don't see her.
Take a look in the powder room.
Are you looking for someone?
Louisa Trenton, do you know her?
Oh, my dear chap, I know simply everybody.
Is she here?
Well, if you see her, she is. If you don't, she's not.
Thanks for the homespun philosophy.
Yes, I served Mrs. Trenton a drink about 20 minutes ago. I've not seen her since.
Thanks.
My date's booked out on me, too. Want to dance?
I'm sorry, honey. My card's full.
Hey, it's all right, everybody, please. Don't stay away, won't you? Say, suicide is not awfully good for business, you know.
Murder's a whole lot worse.
What happened then? I called out to her, but she didn't answer. Just walked right past.
You knew Mrs. Trenton well?
Well, reasonably.
Did she appear particularly distressed?
She seemed rather upset.
I see. Thank you very much.
Can we go now?
Yes, yes, of course. Just give your address to the constable.
Inspector,
Yes, sir?
I don't know how long you want us to stay here, but I think it'd be a good idea if you let the sister go. She's had quite a shock.
Yes, yes, of course. How very thoughtless of me. I shall have to take a statement from you, but the morning soon enough for that.
Thank you.
Would you like one of my men to drive her?
I know Mrs. Trenton's car is downstairs. My assistant will take her. David, stay with her, will you? I'll be out of the house as soon as I'm finished here.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, sir. I believe you found the body.
That's right.
Perhaps you'd like to tell me all you know.
Well, Inspector, I don't know much more than you do.
It's a very bad business. The poor woman must have been very upset to take her own life.
Suicide? Oh, come on, Inspector. You don't go along with that.
Everything points to it. All the people who met her tonight agreed that she was very upset.
Yes, that's true. She was very nervous.
Have you any idea what was bothering her, Mr. Mannering?
I think she had some financial problems.
Gambling, perhaps?
Is that just a guess, sir, or a statement of fact?
Facts are not my business, Inspector. They're yours. It just seems an interesting possibility. frankly, my only concern is to get this business settled as quickly and quietly as possible. I do have a certain reputation, you know.
Yes, sir. We know all about your reputation. We have quite a bulky file on it. Well, I don't think we can get any further until the forensic boys have finished their work.
You mean that's it?
For the moment, yes. If there's any doubt about it being suicide, well...
Look, Inspector, I can tell you right now, Louisa Trenton didn't kill herself.
Now, that's the sort of thing a policeman likes to hear. A good, positive assertion. It always suggests that you know more about it than we do. Why don't you come along with me to the office, sir, and put it all down in a statement?
If it'll shake you out of the suicide theory, then fine.
Right. Shall we go then? Sergeant?
We'll talk some more.
How are you feeling?
All right. I must look an awful mess. Got a hanky?
Is this yours?
No. It's a man's, but it'll do anyway.
Yes, I'd say that about covers it.
Right. Just sign it.
What now?
What do you suggest?
That you start looking for the killer.
You really are convinced it wasn't suicide, aren't you?
Inspector, a woman who's going to kill herself just doesn't telephone somebody for help.
Equally, a woman who's going to kill herself doesn't do anything rationally.
Look, Inspector, that's a pretty glib way to cover up anything you don't want to bother about.
You listen to me. I'm as keen as anybody on finding how Louisa Trenton died. But I deal with evidence, Mr. Manning. Evidence.
Look, I can't offer you any concrete facts, but my instincts tell me something is wrong. Very wrong.
For heaven's sake. Look at the facts, man. 1, she was upset. 2, you told me yourself she needed money.
Yeah, and the position of the wound will correspond with the way the gun was held.
That's right.
And there'll be powder burns on her dress. Fingerprint and paraffin tests will prove that she held the gun.
Exactly. Those are the kind of facts that I deal in, Mr. Mannering. Facts, not instincts. You give me one good reason why I should start a murder hunt, and I won't stop until I made an arrest.
Can I use that as an invitation to do a little prowling on my own?
No, you can't. This is a police matter, and we handle it in our own way.
With or without an invitation, I'm in this thing. Now, I can't wait for a cure for the common cold in order to get you out from behind that desk.
Finding the body doesn't give you any special rights. You place your foot outside the line of the law, and you'll wonder what's hit you.
Inspector, you apply that kind of enthusiasm to the case, and you'll wind up with first prize.
Prize?
A murderer, Inspector. A real live murderer.
What went wrong? Why was she killed?
Gently, gently.
What do you mean, gently?
Don't get excited. Accidents happen in our business like any other.
They hang you for accidents like this. Listen, the 3 of us had a good thing going. Now it's finished.
No, no. Just a temporary setback.
Oh, I'm getting out. I'm not going to get involved in any murder.
No, no. What would all your lady friends think if they knew you were chicken? You're yellow, friend. When the chips are down, you're bright yellow.
Shut up, you hear me? Shut up, shut up!
You scare me, friend. You really scare me.
I'm warning you, if you don't shut up, I'll...
You're what? How would the ladies like you all scarred up?
Look, I just don't want to get involved in murder. Do you understand?
Ah, of course, friend. I understand. Like I said, you're chicken.
Listen, Sutton, my part of the deal was just setting up the women, not... And I don't want to be around when the police start asking questions.
What'll you do, friend?
I'm getting out of the country for a while. I'm booked onto the first plane to Nice in the morning. Now, I want my share of tonight's take before I leave.
Oh, there was no take tonight.
Don't you lie to me. She had the money when she came to my house. I saw it.
She didn't have it at the place.
You're lying. You two are trying to cheat me out of my share. Now, I'm warning you, Sutton. I want that money before I leave in the morning. Otherwise, I might leave a short farewell note for the police. Do you understand? I want my money.
You'll get something, friend. You'll get something. Hello? Can I talk? Yeah. Listen, Mr. Langley was just here. He's getting a bit loose at the mouth. Sure. I'd be glad to do something about it.
Sorry I was so long. Couldn't find where anything was.
You should have let me make it.
No, I'll do it. That'll be the Baron.
I'll let him in.
Thank you, Jane. You feeling better now?
Yes, thank you.
Hi, how did you get on?
Not so good. The inspector's still sold on the suicide theory.
You don't think we could be wrong? I mean, it is possible she did kill herself.
Well, anything's possible. Look, Jane, I hate to put you through this, but I need some kind of a lead.
Like what?
Letters, photographs, anything. Where did she keep her personal things?
In the bureau.
Drink this, I'll get another cup.
Thank you.
I can't believe she's dead. There's so much of her in this house.
I wish we had something more substantial in atmosphere. Have you got a key to this?
No, Louisa always kept it with her.
She was drawing some very large amounts, all in cash. 10, 12, 15,000, all in the last couple of months.
15,000? Parkhurst must have been right. Perhaps she was gambling.
No, gambling is an impulse thing. These checks are all dated at regular intervals. No, I'd say Louisa was being blackmailed. But who? And what did they have on her?
John, I've just remembered something. Jane, have you still got that man's handkerchief? It was in Louisa's car. It might mean nothing at all.
There's a monogram on it. PL. Who's that?
Do you know anyone with those initials?
No, I don't think so. Oh, it might be Peter Langley's.
Who's he?
Louisa used to go out with him sometime. She was just a friend. There was nothing in it.
The handkerchief might have been in the car for quite a while, mind.
The fact that it was there at all makes him worth talking to, doesn't it? Where does he live?
Barnesmore Cottage, just a few miles away.
I'll find it. Look, David, you stay here with Jane. Go through that bureau and see what you can come up with.
Okay.
Oh, you better give me the handkerchief.
What is it?
Records have traced the gun. Belongs to a man called Peter Langley.
Get a car.
Let me guess. You're leaving town.
The devil are you? What do you want?
I brought you laundry. Well, it is yours, isn't it?
So it's got my initials on it? Yes, I suppose it is. So what?
It was found in Louisa Trenton's car.
Well, that's possible. I saw quite a lot of her for a while.
See her last night?
No? Anyway, what's it got to do with you? Who are you?
My name's John Mannering.
Baron. I've heard Louisa speak of you. Look, Mr. Mannering, I don't know how you're involved in this, but it had nothing to do with what happened tonight.
What happened tonight, Mr. Langley?
Well, Louisa, you mean? It's tragic. I talked to Brockhurst. He runs a discotheque. He told me what happened.
Well, go on, keep talking.
I've got nothing else to say.
Try and think of something.
Look, are you going to get out of here, or do I have to throw you out?
I guess you do.
I said get out.
Now, do you want to talk, or do you want a roughhouse? It's your choice.
I had nothing to do with her death. I swear it.
You were blackmailing her.
No, not me.
Who then?
I don't know. No. Look, I got a share. The others did all the fixing. I just set her up.
How?
I was introduced to her at the discotheque. I met her there a few times, and then she came back here for a drink one night.
That has a familiar ring. All the drinks were loaded, I suppose.
It's not a new racket. We've worked it before a dozen times.
All the women rich, all of them married?
Yes.
All right, let's hear the rest of it.
And I doped her drinks. She passed out, and we took some compromising photographs.
And threatened to send copies to the husband.
Look, I know it's a rotten business, but it paid off. Louisa never thought I was involved. She thought I was being blackmailed as well.
I want the prints and the negatives. Where are they?
I don't know.
Look, Langley, I'm warning you. I'm in no mood for stalling.
And I'm telling you, I don't know where they keep them. I had nothing to do with that side of things.
So just tell me who they are. Who killed Louisa?
All right. I'll do a deal with you. I'll tell you names, places, everything. All I want is to get on that plane to Nice in the morning.
No deals, Langley. No deals at all. You just give me the straight facts and then take your chances with the police. Now, I'm not going to wait. I'll work you over all night if I have to.
Oh. All right.
I'm gonna kill you, friend. I've got you now, friend.
Mr. Manning, this'll take some explaining.
Inspector, if you get your men out into the grounds, you might still get the guy who did it.
I've got all I want here.
Inspector, this one certainly didn't commit suicide. 2 shots in the back.
You told me I'd get myself a real live murderer, and I have. You.
Bless you.
Did Langley tell you anything before you killed him?
Unload the question.
Did he?
When do we get to the bright lights and the rubber hose?
You're in a very serious position, Mr. Manring.
Oh, come on, Inspector. With the evidence you've got, you couldn't give me a parking ticket.
We found you here with a body.
And your case ends right there. No gun, no motive, nothing.
All right. Let's go over it again. Right from the start.
All right, Inspector. I came here.
I haven't come across anything yet. Of course, it would help if I knew what we were looking for.
I've been through these. Have you got any more I can check? Thanks. I'll go.
Where the devil are these ballistic and print people?
They're on their way, sir.
Well, if you're going to start playing detective and you're through with me, I'll leave.
All right, Manring. But remember what I told you earlier. You keep out of this. And I mean that.
Inspector, I'm already in. Louisa was a very good friend, and I hate blackmail. And I'm not particularly fond of being used for target practice. Now, the only way you're going to keep me out of this is by throwing me into a cell.
All right, Manring.
Good night, Inspector.
Right, let's start. You check the bedroom and I'll stay in here.
David, what happened?
They've got Jane.
Keep talking.
We heard a car. She went out and then she screamed. When I went through there, I got hit.
Did you see anybody?
No. It's been ringing regularly every 10 minutes.
Hello?
Mannering? Now listen, I'm going to say this just once. The money Mrs. Trenton was bringing us tonight, we didn't get it. But we know who did.
Tell me.
Don't act down with me, friend. You were there. You found the body. You had enough time to lift the cash before anybody got to you.
Is that what you were after when you tried to gun me at Langley's house?
Yeah. Now, we want that money. If we don't get it, the sister's going to end up as dead as Mrs. Trenton. Don't believe me? Listen.
Give it to him, please.
Jane? Jane, can you hear me?
Do as the lady says, Brand. I'll call you later to tell you when and where.
What are you going to do?
Find her.
Where do we start?
There's only one place to start, at the discotheque. That's where Langley made his contacts. That's where Louisa was murdered. Come on. It looks deserted. Come on. Pretty handy with the butt of a gun.
If someone breaks in here, I don't stand around asking questions.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
Now, what do you want?
A fast game of question and answer. What sort of deal do you have with Langley?
I didn't have any deal with him. Well, he came here quite a lot, sometimes with Louisa.
We did.
Well, he used this place to meet people. Women liked him. He'd sponge on them. That's how he made his living.
Oh, he might have made pen money like that, but for the big dough, he must have had something else going for him.
Well, if he did, I certainly didn't know anything about it.
Are you sure?
Look, I run this club to provide drink, music, and dark corners. All right, so the members may not be the nicest people in London, but I don't inquire into their business.
I don't know about you, Brockhurst. You're almost too helpful.
What does that mean?
It means you talk a lot, and I still haven't got one lead.
I am sorry.
Well, I'll talk to you later. Just don't leave town.
Well, I'll be here.
Well, I'm sorry about your camera. If it's damaged, you'll send me a bill.
Oh, don't worry. It isn't mine. It's Smiler's. I'll tell him.
Who was that?
Sutton. Paul Sutton. He has the photographer's concession here.
No, I mean, what did you call him before?
Oh, Smiler, you mean. He walks around with a perpetual grin. He's nuts. That's why they call him.
I get the picture, Brockhurst. Where does he live?
At 27 Stone Street. Now, may I please have my gun back?
No, I think I'll hold on to it. This promises to be a long, hard night. You all right?
Not too bad. I do wish people would stop doing this. What happened?
Something very interesting. I'll tell you about it. Come on.
Yes, but why Stone Street? They're going to call us at the house to tell us where to take the money.
It's only a long shot, David, but they were using photographs to blackmail Louisa.
Do you think Sutton might be in this?
Well, Brockhurst called him the Smiler, and the guy who took a shot at me seemed to think it was pretty funny. There's number 27.
You want me to come with you?
I don't think your skull could take any more. I'll be right back.
Watch yourself.
Come on, friend. Come on.
What's the matter, friend? Can't you see me? What's the matter, friend? You're not smiling.
You're breaking my arm.
It's only the first thing I'm gonna break. Now, where's the girl?
Where's she? In there.
Oh, John, thank goodness.
It's all right. It's all right now. I think he's quite harmless.
He said he'd kill me if you didn't give him the money.
You see, that's why I had to find you, because I haven't got it.
But he said that...
I know what he said. Louisa must have hidden it before they got to her.
Hidden it? There are so many things I don't understand.
There are a few things I'd like to know myself. All right, friend.
You're gonna turn me in?
No. I'm gonna keep you for a souvenir. Now, I want those pictures you were using to blackmail Mrs. Trenton.
Sure. Yes, sure, you can have the pictures. You'll give me a break, won't you?
You've had your break. I didn't kill you. Now I want the pictures.
All right.
Look, honey, David's downstairs in the car. Ask him to take you home, and then come back for me, will you?
Listen, there's still a lot of mileage left in these pictures. Oh, I know the Trenton woman's dead, but there are others. They pay off well. You could cut yourself in for a nice slice of that. You must be crazy. They were worth a fortune.
You're not going to have much use for money from now on. Now tell me, what happened tonight? Well, that shouldn't be too hard to figure. Louisa was supposed to leave the money in the storeroom, and instead she waited for you with a gun.
You're going to have to prove all this.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult.
What happened?
Sutton was killed.
I was just going to the car and I saw this man.
Oh? Where'd he go?
That way.
David. It's too late now. Just take Jane on home.
Aren't you coming?
I've got something to finish here first.
Inspector Powell.
John Mannering.
Yes, Mannering.
Mrs. Trenton's killer is dead. No, I didn't. Look, you want to wrap this thing up tonight? No, it's not finished yet. There's one more. Look, just meet me at the discotheque in 20 minutes. I found it just before you got here. I hoped you wouldn't show up, Jane.
It was a lot of money to leave lying around.
Yeah. It was almost perfect, wasn't it? That phony kidnapping bit was very convincing. Then back at the studio, you didn't go straight to David in the car. Nice try, but it didn't work.
I couldn't take the chance of Sutton talking.
And you put this whole lousy scheme together yourself. Smiler, Langley? Why?
I wanted money.
But your sister was a rich woman.
Yes, and I was a poor relation. Oh, she gave me things. When she was sick of them, when she didn't want them anymore. She even gave me an allowance. Oh, very generous. And I had to be grateful all of the time. Her and her rich friends. Stupid, stupid women. Oh, how I hated them. But most of all, I hated Louisa.
You satisfied, Inspector?
All right, Sergeant.
Let's get out into the air.